We hear it all the time, right? The human body is amazing. But have you ever really stopped to think about it as a machine? In this explainer, we're going to do just that. We're going to explore how your body is quite literally the most complex and perfectly engineered machine you will ever own. This question, it really gets right to the heart of it. Every single thing you do, from breathing to thinking to even just listening to my voice right now, it's all the work of this incredible biological engine. So let's pop the hood and see how it all works. To understand the machine, we have to start small, like microscopically small. And it all begins with this number, 100 billion. That's billion with a B. That's the average number of cells in your body. And to put that into perspective for you, that's more cells than there are stars in our entire Milky Way galaxy. Okay, section 1, the body's building blocks. To understand the whole machine, we have to start with its most fundamental unit, the cell. So if the body is like a massive skyscraper, the cell is the ultimate smart brick. Each and every one is its own tiny, self-contained factory. It's got a nucleus for a main office and all the machinery it needs to function, create energy, and even copy itself. It is the foundation for everything else. So how do you get from one single cell to 100 billion? Well, it happens through this really elegant biological dance called mitosis. Basically, a cell perfectly duplicates its own genetic blueprint and then splits into two brand new identical cells. And this constant perfect replication, it's happening in your body right now. And when I say it's constant, I am not kidding. Get this, 50,000. That's roughly how many of your cells are replaced every single second. Just in the time you've been watching this, your body has already replaced millions of its own building blocks. It's this silent, non-stop renewal process. Section 2, Framework and Movement. So how do all those billions of individual cells come together? Well, they organize themselves into the bones and muscles that create your body's physical structure. You know, it's really easy to think of your skeleton as just a lifeless scaffold, right? Kind of like the frame of a building. But the reality is so much more dynamic. Your bones are active, living tissues, filled with nerves and blood, and they are constantly, and I mean constantly, regenerating. This whole process works thanks to this perfectly balanced team of specialized cells. Seriously, think of them like a permanent construction crew for your bones. You've got the osteoblasts, they're the builders, laying down new tissue. And then you have the osteoclasts, they're the demolition team, breaking down old tissue to make way for the new stuff. It's this incredible teamwork that keeps your skeleton strong. And believe me, this framework is incredibly strong. The average femur, that's your thigh bone, is about 17 inches long, making it the longest in the body. But here's the amazing part. It is engineered so perfectly, it can support up to 30 times your own body weight. 30 times. Okay, section 3, the body's power grid. A strong framework is great, but it's totally useless without energy. So let's take a look at the incredible distribution network that delivers fuel and oxygen to every single one of those cells, your circulatory system. Now, what's really fascinating about your blood, this river of life, is that it's mostly water. Yeah, over half of it is this yellowish liquid called plasma, and its job is to carry all the important cells. The other, 45%, well, that's the red cells carrying oxygen, the white cells for defense, and the platelets for clotting. At the very center of this power grid is the heart, and it is a truly relentless engine. How relentless? Well, every single day, it pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood. To give you an idea, that's enough to fill a small tanker truck every single day of your life. And this whole system runs on a beautifully simple loop. The heart pumps out the good stuff, the oxygen-rich blood. The cells get their delivery through the arteries. Then, the deoxygenated blood returns to the heart through the veins. And the heart sends it to the lungs to get recharged. It's just a perfect, continuous delivery circuit that never, ever stops. Section 4, Fueling the Machine. Okay, so every power grid needs a fuel source. For the human body, that fuel comes from a remarkable internal processing plant, the digestive system. The journey your food takes is a long and methodical one. As this timeline shows, it takes hours for your body to chemically and mechanically break down whatever you eat. By the time you hit that 6-hour mark, when the food is in your small intestine, your body is just methodically extracting all the crucial vitamins, minerals, and energy it needs to power everything we've been talking about. So we've built the machine, we've powered it, and we've fueled it. And now,
for the most complex part of all, the computer that runs the whole show, the brain and nervous system.
So, how fast does this control center work? Well, some of your nerve signals travel at over 225 miles per hour. That's faster than a Formula One race car. It's the reason you can pull your hand away from a hot stove before you even consciously register the pain. It is a biological superhighway for data. Think of your brain as a highly specialized corporate headquarters. The frontal lobe, that's the executive suite, handling all the planning and complex thought. The parietal lobe is like the operations center, managing all the sensory data. The temporal lobe is the archives, processing sound and storing memories. And the occipital lobe, that's the visual design department, interpreting everything you see. So when you put it all together, you have a machine built from a universe of 100 billion intelligent cells, with a living, self-repairing frame, powered by a relentless heart. And the whole thing is run by a control center with more connections than there are stars in our galaxy. When you realize all of that, you have to ask yourself a very simple question. What are you capable of?